Prime Minister Narendra Modi embarked on a 6-day visit to 3 countries, Japan, Papua New Guinea and Australia, to attend multilateral summits, including the G7 summit in Hiroshima. The whirlwind 3-nation tour consisted of approximately 40 engagements and interactions with nearly 24 world leaders. Namaste and welcome to NIJ. I am Richa Dwivedi and today we will explore the highlights of this diplomatic spectacle where Prime Minister Modi's engagements left an indelible mark on the global stage. Let's dive in. The first leg of Prime Minister Modi's visit took him to Hiroshima for the G7 summit, where India was invited as a guest country. Here he engaged with various world leaders and contributed to discussions on key global issues. His engagements at the summit highlighted India's commitment to strengthening bilateral and multilateral relationships, addressing regional and global challenges, and promoting cooperation in various fields. One of the significant meetings took place between Prime Minister Modi and his British counterpart, Rishi Sunak. The two leaders had a productive discussion on the sidelines of the G7 summit, expressing their commitment to strengthening ties between India and the United Kingdom. During the summit, Prime Minister Modi also met Indonesian President Joko Widodo, emphasizing India's priority of fostering strong ties with Indonesia. The leaders discussed areas of cooperation including trade, investment, defense, and people-to-people exchanges. This meeting highlighted India's commitment to deepening regional partnerships and enhancing engagement with Southeast Asian nations. Furthermore, Prime Minister Modi had a significant interaction with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. The discussion focused on various global challenges and the importance of multilateral cooperation in addressing them. This meeting showcased India's commitment to playing an active role in international organizations and its dedication to promoting peace, stability, and sustainable development on the global stage. The summit also provided an opportunity for Prime Minister Modi to engage with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The leaders discussed the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, with Prime Minister Modi expressing India's support for Ukraine's territorial integrity and sovereignty. President Zelensky invited India to join the Ukrainian Peace Formula initiative, and Prime Minister Modi assured him of India's commitment to finding a solution to the conflict. This meeting highlighted India's stance on promoting dialogue and diplomacy for resolving conflicts and its support for international initiatives aimed at maintaining peace. In addition to the G7 summit, Prime Minister Modi participated in the Quad leaders meeting alongside US President Joe Biden, Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, and Australian counterpart Anthony Albanese. He discussed pressing global challenges, including the Ukraine conflict. The Quad leaders called for the resolution of the conflict through dialogue and diplomacy, echoing Prime Minister Modi's position. The joint statement released by the Quad leaders emphasized their vision for the Indo-Pacific region and their commitment to peace, stability, and prosperity in the region. Apart from these engagements, Prime Minister Modi met several other world leaders, including French President Emmanuel Macron, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh, and leading Japanese personalities. These meetings provided opportunities to discuss bilateral relations, regional developments, and global challenges. The next leg of Prime Minister Modi's tour began with his arrival in the island nation of Papua New Guinea. He hosted the 3rd summit of the Forum for Indo-Pacific Islands Cooperation, or FIPIC, in collaboration with Papua New Guinea's Prime Minister James Marape. This summit holds significance for India's engagement in the Indo-Pacific region and its relations with island nations. FIPIC was initiated by Prime Minister Modi during his visit to Fiji in 2014. Prime Minister Modi received a warm welcome, including a special ceremony where he was conferred with the highest civilian award of Papua New Guinea, the Grand Companion of the Order of Logohu, or GCL. In his bilateral meeting with Prime Minister Marape, both leaders discussed various areas of cooperation, including trade and investment, health, capacity building, skill development, and information technology. They jointly launched a translation of the Tamil classic Thirukural into the Tok Pisin language of PNG, appreciating the author's contribution to preserving Indian thought and culture in the country.
Prime Minister Modi is the boss. It is a huge pleasure to to welcome Prime Minister Modi to Australia.
Namaste, Australia.
The last leg of Prime Minister Modi's tour was a roaring success. His visit to Sydney was marked by bilateral talks with Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and various engagements that played a crucial role in strengthening the friendship between India and Australia. During the discussions, Prime Minister Modi expressed appreciation for the warm reception and extended his gratitude to the Australian people and government for their hospitality. He emphasized the significance of the Indian community in Australia, referring to them as a living bridge connecting the two nations. Prime Minister Modi raised concerns about attacks on temples and the presence of pro-Khalistani elements in Australia, stating that such actions or thoughts that harm the friendly ties between the two countries will not be accepted. He acknowledged Prime Minister Albanese's commitment to taking strict actions against such elements in the future. Prime Minister Modi highlighted the potential of India-Australia cooperation to benefit the growth of the Global South, aligning with the central theme of India's G20 presidency, which emphasizes the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. During the visit, Prime Minister Albanese announced the establishment of a new Australian Consulate General in Bengaluru to facilitate connections between Australian businesses and India's thriving digital economy and innovation ecosystem. A business roundtable provided an opportunity for Prime Minister Modi to engage with top CEOs and invite Australian businesses to seize investment opportunities in India, particularly in sectors such as digital infrastructure, telecom, and semiconductors. He also highlighted the significant economic reforms implemented by the Indian government. As a symbolic gesture, the Sydney Harbour and Opera House were illuminated in the colours of the Indian tricolour, adding vibrancy to Prime Minister Modi's visit. Prime Minister Modi's three-nation tour not only deepened India's ties with Japan, Papua New Guinea and Australia, but also laid the foundation for future collaboration and mutual growth. Through these diplomatic efforts, India reinforced its role as a significant player in the Indo-Pacific region, contributing to the advancement of shared interests and regional prosperity. Like this video, subscribe to New India Junction for more such insightful content. Until next time, this is Richa Dwivedi signing off. Dhanyavad and Namaste.